Hello, good afternoon. This is David Sutter talking to you, and today is my weekly trade predictions for the upcoming trading week of February 14th through February 18th, 2022. Okay, and what has happened this past week is that, well, most of the market was in a flat range of market. Okay, and that pretty much identifies, generally speaking, there's going to be a reversal in the market. Okay, so there's a lot of indecision in the market. So a lot of fights between the bulls and the bears. Okay, so we're not sure which way the market is headed right now, but we do see that the U.S. dollar has been headed up some. Okay, I'm going to show you that here in a minute. I still am thinking the U.S. dollar is going to be dropping. Time will tell. I know last week I predicted that Euro USD would be going up, which I have on my chart right here, Euro USD. And we see that, yes, it was pretty much in a flat range of market this past week. Not a lot of movement, okay? The market was actually kind of dead. It did pick up here this last Thursday, and then it just dropped down. So this will continue to drop if the U.S. dollar goes up. Now, U.S. dollar did spike up some this last week, but overall the U.S. dollar was dropping, okay? And I'm going to show you here in a minute. So what's going to happen with Euro USD? Okay, it's already broke this level of support right here. If I mark that, you see this green line right here, level of support, and it's already broken that. So meaning that this will most likely continue to drop. Now, if we look at some of the higher time frames, like the 1 hour, okay, and I zoom out a little bit, we see here, shift the chart so you can see this, that we had a nice uptrend. Okay, so pretty much anything that goes up must come down, right? Now what we see here, if we look at here, we have a resistance right here on this red arrow. Okay, and the price, you know, came up to here and dropped. So basically the price came to the same level of resistance and is dropping. Okay, and that's perfectly fine. Now I don't think this is going to drop a whole heck of a lot. It could, but how far will this drop? Not all the way down to here. Okay, there is a support right here. Okay, and that is where I'm thinking it will drop. Okay, I'm not a fortune teller, so do not hold me to it. So, but I think it will drop down to here at least, maybe more. But for this week only, okay, I foresee this dropping down to here. It's going to be a lot of ups and downs, but overall it's going to drop. Okay, so do count on that. You can keep your charts on a 30-minute time frame or 1 hour. It doesn't really matter. What we're looking for, and actually you could place a sell trade right now. I would probably wait until at least the London session on Monday before I go placing any trades. But as of right now, is definitely dropping. If you place a trade right now, it'll probably retrace and come back up, and you'll have a little bit of a drawdown, but overall it's going to drop. So what you can do is you could place a trade right now, but you could also put a sell limit pending order right here where this green line is. Okay, and catch it when it comes back up again. Okay, and that will activate another sell trade and watch it drop. I do not recommend using any stop loss or take profit, and just let it ride, okay, until you get the next opposite blue arrow. Okay, and it doesn't matter if you're on a 30-minute or 1 hour time frame. This magnificent trend indicator is designed to work on 4 hour and below. Okay, you're going to get the same signal no matter what. Okay, no matter what time frame you're going, 30-minute, 15-minute, it's all going to show you the sell. Okay, so, and vice versa for a buy. Okay, so the only thing difference is if you go on a smaller time frame, you're going to get more arrows. See right here, this blue arrows, you put it on a 30-minute, you get more arrows to sell, and basically this is going to give you more confirmation. Okay, so it is nice if you put it on a 30-minute time frame, and then you can place a trade on every arrow. Okay, in this case you would have 3 buy trades all closed in profit. Okay, if you close it on the red arrow. So that's a really good strategy, and vice versa. Now we're going into a downtrend, and you can wait for the next red arrow on the 30-minute time frame and place a sell trade as well if you don't have one open already. Now let's move on to GBP USD. This one's a little bit different, okay? Yes, we're pretty much in a flat range market. This is a very similar pattern to what we just saw, and generally the Great British Pound and the Euro, they follow very similar patterns when paired with the US dollar, okay? So here we see the price has spiked up and came back down, but it formed a level of support and bounced back up. So the Great British Pound is a little bit stronger than the Euro right now. Okay, hope that makes sense. So I do foresee this going up. We have not seen a red arrow yet, okay, even on the 1 hour chart. So be prepared for this to go back up. Now, right now it's starting to drop, and it might drop a little bit more. It has consolidated right here, but I do think it will go up, you know, definitely this week. Probably more or less will be in a flat range of market. In the beginning of the week, we might see this drop some more and then go back up, okay? If we go to the 1 hour chart, and I can zoom out a little bit so you can see a bigger picture, okay? We had this long uptrend, okay? And if we zoom out a little more, we see here, like I showed you with Euro USD, okay, that we had this resistance here that we hit, okay, before, right here on this red arrow, okay, and we pretty much went to the same level. Now with this GBP USD, Great British Pound, it's a little bit different, okay. We have a high point here, and we also have a high point here. So it is possible it could go higher, although we already hit a strong level of resistance right here on this red arrow. So for right now, I don't think it's going to go up any higher, okay? It is possible, but I highly doubt it. And what I think is going to happen this week is, if I mark that resistance right there, okay, we're already at pretty much at the same level of this red arrow, although this one's slightly higher. But what's most likely going to happen is the price will dip down a little bit in the beginning on Monday and then swoop back up and go up towards this resistance again. And we might see this repaint, I don't know, but that is possible. Or the price will come up somewhere right in here and then shoot down again, okay? So overall, we're going to see a range of market, and I would probably follow the trends here on the Heikin-Ashi candles, but I would wait until you get another red trend. Now right now it is going down. You probably could sell right now, but I would wait until, like I said, the London session on Monday before I go placing any trades. That way we see what the market is doing, okay? Because during the weekend the market is asleep, okay? There's no trading on the weekend, and it takes a little while for the market to become alive again, okay? Come in from its weekend slumber, if you will. So what we need to do is wait and see if the price goes up, okay? If the price goes up, I would not buy, but I would wait until we either get another, another downtrend and then sell, or wait and see if we get another red arrow. Now, if you wanted to wait for another red arrow, I would go on the 30-minute time frame, okay? Keep your charts on the 30-minute time frame. This way, we can see if we get another, another signal to sell. If you want to wait until you get that signal to sell, that's perfectly fine. Or wait until you get another downtrend, okay? And you probably will not see another downtrend form until like Tuesday or Wednesday. So I'm guessing Monday we'll see this drop a little bit more, Tuesday spike back up, and then Wednesday drop again. And that would be the perfect time to sell. So you've got to be patient on this one, okay? Yes, you could sell right now and just hold it for long term. That's completely up to you. Also, like I mentioned earlier, you could sell right now, place a trade right now, and then also put a sell limit pending order up here, okay, around this level of resistance. Let me drag this down so you can see. Oops. Double click and bring it down. Okay, so right around here is where you want to put the sell limit, okay? And then catch that one when it drops. So again, you do not need to use a stop loss or take profit. You can if you want, if it makes you feel better. What I like to do is just place a trade and hold it. And with this indicator, you can hold the trade for a week or so, okay? You don't have to be logging in your computer every few hours, okay? You can check it once or twice a day to see what's going on. I like to check my trades in the Asian session and then also in the New York session, okay? That's just me personally. I don't know what your time schedule is or what your time zone is even, that you might be sleeping during that time or whatever. So, but you see here with this uptrend we had from basically the 27th of January up until the 10th of February. So you're looking about a 2-week period that we had an uptrend. So it might be the same scenario here for the downtrend. I don't know. Even here on this downtrend, you know, it lasted from the 13th of January all the way until the 27th. So, you know, a two almost 3-week period. So that's a long time. But that's okay. You know, you get a lot of pips coming down. Yeah, you have some swap fees along the way, but that's okay, right? As long as you're having consistent profit. So anyhow, do be looking to sell GBP USD this week, okay? I would not buy. Moving on to Australian dollar versus the US dollar. Okay, with this one, we did see the price go up, obviously. Okay, it's not so much in a flat range market, and that's pretty good for the Australian dollar. But now it looks like it's starting to go into a downtrend. So that's okay. And again, it's all dependent upon the US dollar, what the US dollar is going to be doing. And right now, I think the price is going to drop some more in the beginning of the week and then spike back up again. Okay, that's usually what will happen. We'll probably see mostly a range of market with this one. If we go to the 1-hour chart and I zoom out a little bit, we see here we had this long uptrend. Okay, that lasted, you know, a few weeks, but now we hit a strong level of resistance and it's starting to come back down. So I'm trying to look here. This one is a little bit higher, but if I mark this level of resistance, you see it's almost where this one is, but this one's a little bit higher, but that's okay. That signifies, to at least to me, that this is going to be going down long term, okay? Probably in the next few weeks, okay? Maybe the next month or so. So what's going to happen is the price is going to drop down. I don't think it's going to drop all the way down to this level, but somewhere in here and then spike back up again, okay? I don't know, okay? Do not quote me on that, but I think that's my educated guess, okay? Because I see this day in and day out. All right, so if I zoom out a little bit more, you can see we had a long uptrend, nice downtrend back to the same level, and then but this level here is lower than the previous highs here. So that signifies to me that this is going to be dropping more. Okay, probably it'll drop down to here and go back up, and then in the coming months, okay, we're talking about next 2 to 3 months, we're going to see this drop even more. All right, so just be prepared, okay? But for this week, it's I would definitely sell, but I would not sell right away. Okay, if you have a trade open, keep it, hold it, that's fine, wait for the next blue arrow. But you can also place a sell limit pennant order right around here. Okay, let me zoom in a little bit so you can see that. And this is a resistance right here. Okay, I know there's not marked. You could put a sell limit pennant order here. You could also put an additional sell limit here. Okay, that's a hedging strategy that you can use. Okay, and you would have multiple sell trades open. Just remember to use good money management. Use a small lot size and a big account. That way you are safe. Okay, no need to use a stop loss or take profit, but just have a lot of patience. Okay, now let's move on to US dollar versus the Swiss franc. Okay, now this one, you saw the other pairs coming up, so US dollar should be going down. Well, we saw, kind of inverse of what we just saw here with the previous pairs. The other pairs had gone up and then spiked down. So this one was actually in a flat range market, but spiked up and then came down again and then spiked back up. So interesting, right? So the US dollar is kind of strong right now. Not so very strong, but it did go up and come back down. We do see we have a lot of red arrows, so it should be working its way into a downtrend very soon. That's why I say I feel that the US dollar will be headed down in the coming weeks. Okay, now we did have a little bit of an uphill battle here. Okay, a nice little uptrend, even though we got these red arrows. Okay, now yes, that does happen. Okay, and I'm sorry if you place a trade here and you'd be in a little bit of a drawdown now, but it's okay. Just be patient and hold it. Okay, if we zoom out, I'm in the 1 hour chart now. If I zoom out, we can see that we had a nice uptrend here, and hit this strong level of resistance, and it's come down and then back up. This is a retracement, so soon it's going to be dropping. Okay, that much I can be assured of. What's going to happen this week is it already dropped this on Friday, so on Monday we should see this price come back up and then drop some more. Okay, so I do feel that that will be happening. So it's going to be interesting to see exactly what happens. Like I said, we had a nice little uptrend. It could go up more. Will we see three red arrows in a row going up? I don't think so. It is possible, but we need to wait. Okay, if it comes back up, fine. Do not sell right now. If you're already in a sell trade, just hold it and wait for a while. It might take another week or two before it finally forms another blue arrow. Okay, I can just about guarantee that. But we're going to be patient. Let me mark this real quick. I'm going to mark this resistance. Okay, and what you can do right now, if you do not have any trades open, yes, you could place a sell trade right now, but wouldn't recommend that. But what I would do is I would put a sell limit pennant order just slightly below this green line, like right in here. Okay, let me zoom in a little bit so you can see that what I'm talking about. So I got this resistance right here, and I can drag this down a little bit so you can see that there. So you could put a sell limit like right here or just slightly below this green line. All right, and that would probably be 0.92800. Okay, look at that chart there. Excuse me. So if you catch it when it comes back up, that's fine. And I like to use the pennant order like that because you can kind of like set and forget. I wouldn't totally forget it, but you might be sleeping and not able to catch that trade when it comes back up. So put a sell limit pennant order there just to catch it when it comes back up. And like I said, if you want to place a sell trade now, you could, but probably not a good idea. Okay, if you already have a sell trade open, just keep it. But you could put in an additional sell limit here, so that way you would have more profit. Okay, coming down, which would counter your negative trade that's already open. Okay, if that makes sense. So moving on to US dollar versus the Japanese yen. We see a similar fashion here. The price definitely went up this past week, but it didn't have that big spike down and big spike up. Okay, so it had a slight spike up, which is good, and then slight down. So it did go up some and then shoot down on Friday. It's like, wow, that's a big drop. So that's okay though. So what's going to happen this week? Well, based on what we're seeing right here, just this price movement, okay, shows that this is going to go down even more. Okay, now we hit a strong level of support and it's starting to work its way back up. So probably what happened the first half of the week, we'll see the price come back up some, maybe somewhere right around here, and then it might form another red arrow using the 30-minute time frame and then shoot down. That is what I am planning. So if you want to wait for the next red arrow, you can, or if you see here, we have a resistance right here, and you could put a sell limit pennant order just slightly below here, okay, probably around the 115.800 mark. Okay, 115.800 would be a good point to place a limit order. Okay, make sure it's a sell limit, and then catch that price as it comes down. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, no need to use a take profit or stop loss. If you already have a trade open for USD JPY, just keep it and hold it open for a while. It will drop eventually. Okay, that much I am sure of. And if you want to put an additional limit order up here, you can do that as well. That way you get additional profit. Okay, moving on to US dollar versus Canadian dollar. Now this one's a little bit interesting, right? Both these pairs are fighting head and head. We have a lot of problem in the Canadian in Canada, sorry, a lot of problems in Canada right now with these truckers protesting and lockdown or whatever. So the economy is taking a toll right now. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with the Canadian dollar. We see the US dollar gaining some against the Canadian dollar right now, but I don't know, both are kind of in a weakened state as it is. If the US dollar drops, this will go up, okay, which you can see happen on Friday. Now, it's quite obvious the price went back up to the same level of resistance, and it's already consolidated here on this where the price is right now. So the next move is to go back down. Okay, I hope that makes sense. You probably will not see another red arrow. It should have formed a red arrow by now, if so, but that's okay. You could technically sell now, or I would wait until at least the London session or maybe even the New York session on Monday before I go placing any trades. There is a chance that it could go higher. I don't know, because they had a pretty nice bull run, okay, going up. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens. But I do feel this definitely will be dropping this week. And probably the first half of the week it'll drop, and then around the middle of the week it'll go back up again. Overall, I think it will drop more. If we zoom out here on the 1 hour chart, we see the price had come to this point and dropped and came back up again. So we're looking for this price to drop considerably, probably down to this level here. I would bet you that the price is going to drop down to that level. Again, that's going to take a few weeks, maybe another month or so for that to happen. Okay, so you know, just be patient. It's already been riding sideways here, showing that it's going to go down. But nice thing to notice here is that we have a red arrow followed by a slightly lower red arrow followed by even lower red arrow. So the next red arrow should be even lower. Okay, meaning that the price here will probably drop, come back up, form a red arrow, and then drop again. That's what I think will happen. Okay, like I said, I'm not a fortune teller, but I can just about guarantee you that's going to happen. So anyhow, that will conclude my weekly trade predictions. If you have another currency pair not listed here, any currency pair, I don't care, just hit me up on Facebook and let me know, and we can work together to examine that. Just contact me on Facebook. I'll put a link below in the description of this video for my personal Facebook. Please do contact me there first, okay? Also, I'll put a link for my private Facebook group, and you can request to join my Facebook group and post any questions or comments in my Facebook group. All right. So with that said, I hope you have a wonderful week ahead. I look forward to helping you, and thank you so much.